views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
We are anonymous, and you're listening to Maxwell Silverhammer.
Fuck that guy.
And DJ Jerkman.
Yeah, fuck that guy too.
Only on STIM Radio.
Damn, this shit really hurts me.
Oh man, hold on, wait a minute. This is some bullshit.
They're canceling the fucking show?
Yeah, they're planning on dropping us after 7 years.
That's bullshit. You still got people that listen and like the show.
Look, guys, you had a good 7-year run. What more do you want from us?
You're like a goddamn Oreo cookie. You taste like shit but swathed in the center.
Okay, goddammit. Our hands are tied, okay? Yeah, you're goddamn right, your hands are tied. Jerkin, pass me the duct tape, motherfucker. Wait a minute, what are you doing? Tape them together. Yeah, motherfucker.
You know what? I think I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Tie it a little tighter. Tighter.
Maxwell Silverhammer, G.J. Jerkman, Cruise Control, and G Motors. I think somebody lit a cigarette. Nope, it's the hottest radio show on the internet. So keep it locked here from 7 to 9. STIM Radio fam, they ahead of their time. And now it's lesson 1, man, this is lesson 2. No format because they keep it fresh and new. And this is what I call a real show. They tough as hell with a hard edge like a steel toe. They campaign like a bass singer. So if you mad at them, call in, fuck some hate mail. And if you think that the jocks sound quirky, allow me to introduce you to the shit that irks me.
You sons of fucking bitches. Welcome to the shit that fucking cocksucking irks me. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'd be G.J. Jerkman.
I'm the Ocelot.
This is Manhattan Miller.
And, okay, I was going to have AK give her a little, but AK's back there hiding.
And I am AK.
And we got Manhattan Miller in the house. What's going on, man? From the Sex and Money Show.
Yes.
And Manhattan Miller's got some interesting stuff to tell us tonight. So, First off, you were talking about New Year's resolutions. The 5 New Year's resolutions that are most commonly broken.
Exactly.
And what would those be?
Well, you know, every year we do this. We do this ritual. Every December, we all get together, right? And we're thinking, whether you're laying at home at night asleep, and we're going, you know, I'm going to make more money this year. I know I got to lose weight.
Right.
You know?
I know.
I'm going to stop smoking. Right.
That's the big one right
That's
there.
the big one. Number 1, you know, is always lose weight.
Weight loss. It's always the first thing.
I'm going to lose weight. I'm a $150 soaking wet, so that's never on my top list. Right? I joined the Army to gain weight. Okay?
Right.
It didn't work. It didn't even work then. And then we've got, of course, quitting smoking. That's that's a nasty little habit. But I'm not quitting smoking. I mean, I love myself a good cigar.
Just gonna
Right? Like, you know, who's going to
die in
stop
style.
You only live so long.
Well, mine was to stop doing, heroin and stuff, but I went to coke right after that, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Quickly graduated to crack.
Right, yeah, I mean.
You only live once, right? I mean, my thing is this. I don't want to be like 60 years old thinking, you know, I really could have had that red meat, and I turned down a great cigar, and I'm still dying.
Right. You're still going to die either way.
What do they say? Smoking like takes off like 5 years of your life or so?
Per year. Per pack or something like that.
Right?
Something crazy like that.
If it takes off like 5 years of your life, but you know what? The last 5 years of your life are usually crappy anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're laying in a nursing home
the last
somewhere.
5 years of your life, you've reverted back to infancy, really.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you shit yourself. And,
Exactly. So,
People
I mean.
are telling you you're so cute. They're condescending. Oh, Grandma, you're so cute.
Oh,
There's
yes.
Granny.
Thank you. Exactly.
That's true.
Oh, you're so cute when you're racist, Granny.
Right? Yeah. Paula Dean,
Granny,
right?
please stop masturbating out in the main hall.
Oh,
you know?
Lord. That'd be interesting.
You're cute.
There.
Somebody probably told that
did.
to Paula Dean. Somebody probably said that to Paula Dean, you know?
Probably.
Yeah,
but I don't got it.
Stop masturbating in the hall?
No, you're being racist. you're being racist.
Old people are racist as fuck.
Yeah.
Especially old white people. They really are.
But you can't help it. You know, my uncle got really pissed off, and this is kind of cool, actually, not being on terrestrial radio for a change. I'm actually stifling myself now that I think about it. This is fucking great. I just broke the cherry on that one, right?
Bust the cherry. Make it bleed.
Watch, I go back next week and get fined $50,000.
You forgot where you were.
You gotta come here, man.
Exactly. I got to come over here more often. So, yeah. I mean, when that Paula Deen thing happened with the whole race system, to segue out of it for a second, she, of course, come on, the lady's like 70 years old.
Right.
If she didn't say nigger like, what, 50 years ago, there was something wrong with her. I asked my uncle, I said, look, Unc, do you really think the lady should lose her livelihood and her job and her contracts because she admits she's being honest that she said the word 50 years ago? I bet you said cracker 50 years ago. You want to get fired from the buffet over at the Mandalay Bay? So
exactly right. Yeah, exactly right.
You know what I mean? So, but getting off of that, the other one is always, here's something, learn something new. That's number 3.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I think that's kind of generic. Because obviously you're gonna learn something. They say you learn something new every day.
Every second you learn something new.
Well, So it's like, oh, gee, you already did your New Year's resolution. That's kind of bullshit to me.
I thought, don't even worry about it. I said, you know what? I've spent 7 years in school. I'm not even trying to learn anything new.
I've learned all I need.
I've learned all I need. Stuff is coming out of the other side of my ear, and I'm packing new stuff in. But it's not because I'm trying to learn it. It's just happening. So I'm not going to help with any of that. And eating healthy and diet.
I'm not doing that. I'll never do that.
Why isn't that combined into losing weight and getting
fit?
That's weird.
They're too separate.
How can you eat healthy nowadays?
I mean,
you really can't. I mean, with all the GM, everything they put in stuff, how can you eat healthy?
I would be miserable if I ate healthy.
And Mrs. Obama's getting the blowback
Speaking
from
of
her
which,
meals.
I need those cookies over there.
Yeah.
Well, I had one last year. It was, I'm going to work out more and I'm going to drink less beer.
How'd that work out for you?
That did not.
Max,
that did not work out at all.
The silver hammer drinking less beer.
Yeah, exactly. Although, that was funny too, because I was like, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'll drink on Saturdays, but I won't drink on Fridays too.
Max has been in my office, back behind the studios, and people walk into my office and they look, they're staring, and I'm wondering, and I keep forgetting that I built a bar behind my desk, over my back, over my shoulder. So I keep forgetting. People walk into my office and it's like, oh, we got the suits coming in, corporate's coming in, we're going to meet in Mr. Miller's office, he's vice president. Okay, great. And then they come in and they're looking, and I'm going, hey, look, that 7 years in school lets me drink at work, okay? That's why I got that.
But it's kind of distinguished, though, man, I think.
People come by my office and they say it reminds them of Mad Men.
I think it's cool.
They come by my office and say, every time I've got 1940s music going, I've got the hard desk, none of that modern stuff. I got my bar in the back. I got a big cigar humidor sitting there, which I got from the White House, by the way. That was kind of cool.
Oh, cool. Totally cool.
Got that. But I got it in an administration I actually had some respect for. Not this one.
Right.
So I just
let it be known.
I'm going to throw that one out there right there. It's numbered from a different White House, not this White House. And by the way, notice it didn't get painted black. Isn't that what all the rappers said? When we get the White House, we're going to paint it black.
And it did not happen.
And it should have happened because the guy's not following any other laws. He just hired somebody to paint it black.
I think he would have. That was too much. He thought that would be a little too much.
Oh, he likes 50 Cent and all those guys.
But hanging out with Miller the other day, they had a potluck, and he was like, hey, man, they had cider. And he goes, man, I think this cider needs a little education. And he goes, would you like a drink, Max? I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Everybody come back to my office. I brought, we have a potluck. So they say, okay, you sign up and you put what you're going to bring. Yeah. Somebody's bringing turkey. So I put, I'll bring the drinks, right? So I come in with a couple of gallons of rum. I come in with some vodka. I come in with some stuff.
You said drinks.
Right, exactly. So they come back to my office and the receptionist comes up and she says, I'm sorry, but we can't have the alcohol at the Christmas party. And I'm like, well, it's not a Christmas party. You know what I mean? So,
no.
So, of course, I'm walking through the hallways, at the station over, and I says, listen, anybody want a drink, just come follow me to my office, right? So that's what we ended up doing.
That was good, man.
And, of course, we've got number 5. The number 5 top broken now resolutions of the new year is get out of debt and save money.
Yeah, good luck. That'll never happen.
You're not getting out of debt paying the minimum on your credit card balance every month.
You could pay the maximum and
you're
not
getting out of
debt.
And then saving money. I mean, geez, I looked at my account and I went, wait a minute, I made that much money last month. Where is it?
Right.
Where is it? And then, of course,
to some asshole.
Yeah, and then I checked the mail and I was like, that's where it is.
Nickel and dime to death.
Here we go, the bill. Yeah, well, who were you just talking about nickeling and diming?
the current administration.
Yeah, and KLAV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about
Too.
KLAV.
Yeah, see, I didn't say anything about that.
I did. Come and get me. Cease
Come
and
and get
desist.
me.
I
Yeah.
would do it. I'll be like, this is the one
dare
thing
you.
I have in common with Obama. The only thing I have in common with Obama. Well, aside for the fact
Besides
of
being
skin
black,
color,
right?
is I'm gonna say, they're gonna sue me for what? Doing my job.
Right.
Well, I'm actually doing my job. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna call them out. I'll call everybody out. But it's funny because I mentioned all of those 5, and to run the gamut, because I run the legal department and I own M&A Legal. So I said, you know what, I can help with one of those. I can't help with the smoke, and I love a cigar.
Right.
I can't help with the food. I love a good meal. I've done all the learning I'm gonna do, so I'm not trying to learn anything else. But but that brought me to the second topic that I actually wanted to go over, which is a little, it's a little bit of a tease, of course, but that's how we do it in radio, right? You always get that right before the lady takes off her top on TV, they cut to commercial.
Like next you'll see her with her titties out.
That's us.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
Exactly.
That kind of shit.
We got about 10 minutes to do that.
Oh well, I'll get one of these out, and one of the things is, we all like a threesome.
Oh, yeah.
Do we?
I had my first threesome in Germany, actually.
I don't. I've never had a threesome.
I did, and it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be.
The problem with my threesome was
it was a lot more difficult than I pictured
Too
it.
much work,
and,
more like
and
balancing
I
on
wasn't
things
sure
and-
like which one of us was supposed to suck his dick or not. And
See, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
know.
Was it 2 girls and a guy?
Next question.
Yeah,
So
it was.
I totally enjoyed it, but then I take control. So I had
Actually,
no
you know what?
problem.
I just lied to you all. I did have
Well,
a
that's
threesome.
Not surprising.
You
No,
did.
I'm
It was
kidding.
that. Don't tell her, because if you couldn't remember.
It's all right.
Yeah, it
He
happened.
said worse things.
It happened at the old place.
It
was-
God.
Yeah, it happened at the
Is
old
that
place.
what that smell was?
Well,
Jerkman remembers
Why did you throw me in it all the damn time?
because you were part of it. That's why.
Oh my God! This says shit that's just not
I mean,
true.
I walked away from it and I was like, I don't think I'll ever do that again. And then I did it one more
Well,
time.
here's the problem.
Just to make sure you didn't
Just
want
Just
to
to
do
make
it
sure
again.
I
Just to make
maybe,
sure you
you know,
got
I
it
was a novice.
First
Here's the
time,
deal,
yeah.
because the dude before me came up inside her, so her pussy's all stinky by the time I'm getting ready to nail it. So
And-
yeah, it was just.
Wow.
It was
Well,
pretty
tell
fun.
us how you really feel.
Wow.
Yeah, don't
Max.
hold anything back.
Don't hold
But
anything back.
that's what I do, guys. That's how I get down. You know that.
I think you just like totally did that for shock value right now to like kind of prove
Yeah, 'cause they
what
had to
you
add
do
that
on your
extra
show.
in
No,
there.
I
Like,
did. You know what?
I don't feel like
He's
that was
right. She's
genuine.
right.
Like you're better when you're genuinely just like, oh
Right?
my God, but
Yeah,
that was
you're
was
grasping.
forced and I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
Yeah,
My
really?
genuine thing was the fact that when I actually did have the threesome in Germany, here's the bad part about it was I was
Okay.
more into the other chick that was like dancing around the room.
Right.
And I was like, when are you coming over here? What are you doing? When are you coming over here? So I tell the chick that I was with on the bed, the other chick was dancing around. I said, you're pretty hot too. You should come back to the States with me. She says, no, I'm a prostitute. I was, oh, what? Oh, really? I can get you out of that line of work. But then again, I live in Vegas, so maybe we
No,
just,
it wouldn't work out.
wouldn't
I
work
broke
out.
up a couple in mine, so
Oh, man.
yeah, she was extremely jealous and upset. She's like, oh, it was bad.
Well, that's a
It
bad
was
thing
bad.
about a
Why were
threesome.
you fucking her more
More than me.
And
Oh,
you
oh,
like
man.
her more, and she
Yeah.
must be better than me, and her pussy's probably better. I was like, I gotta
It's like,
go.
really? Like,
Yeah, see the problem.
I was really
that we
young back then.
If you remember, the problem that I had was
Oh, yeah.
the one
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
falling in love.
Well, she
Damn.
still tries to pull that
So
card.
you
I know she does.
you whipped it on the dude, and now she's
now
pissed
she's
off.
jealous.
Yeah, she was not happy, and they broke up.
That's one of the bad things about
And then he
threesomes.
thought
You
we
can't-
were going to be together, and so then I broke his heart. So it was just all bad all around.
You could,
you know?
Threesomes are best on one night stands. You
Right.
can't do it. You can't be in a relationship with somebody and then say, hey, go home to your wife and be like, hey, I was
Bring another
thinking.
chicken.
Oh, I don't know, but
Yeah,
see, I
no.
have an open relationship and we do just fine.
Yeah.
She-
I,
yeah.
I know I wouldn't. There's no way I
Yeah,
could.
I'm
I
the
go-
same. I
I'd
can't be in
I'd be
an
like,
open-
what's his credit score like?
But
That's
even,
what I would.
even with that, though, you know.
Like
you got
I
a
said,
better
we've
credit
been,
score than me.
We've been known each other for years, and it's just fine. Works very well.
Maybe at the ranch or maybe at the Green Door or,
like a new experience together, but I don't know. I couldn't do it.
I don't know. I think
I'm not a jealous
I think
person.
women
but
could
I'm
do it more so
possessive.
than a guy could.
But
I think.
it takes the pressure off. So we both are totally relaxed. We know what we have. We go do what we want.
Actually, I think it's opposite. I think the guy is better off in that, just because.
But no.
With women will fall in love.
No.
No,
You're
wait
totally
a minute.
right.
Don't wait a
There's
minute.
no.
You're
Where
wrong.
the hell are you?
Don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a chirping. Oh, that's right. There's women in the room. He's got to like.
No, I'm
show it up.
serious. It's not true. That is not true.
No, I think it is, because women get
I
weirded
couldn't-
out. And
I
they get
couldn't-
strange.
I wouldn't. I couldn't take seeing some dude totally ramming.
Right,
And that's exactly right, because after that, you may be in it at the minute, but then after you're done, you'll lay with your woman in the bed after
you're
that
thinking,
going, what are you, little fucking whore?
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
You get these bad ideas in your head.
I came up with this idea, and you actually went along with it. You should have said, "What's wrong with you?"
My thing was though that women bring emotions into the shit though.
So do guys.
Why
Yeah, we
why
do.
do you
Excuse
We
me,
do.
not
in
all
that
women
light?
do that. You
Right.
keep going there, and it's like you
Yeah,
know
but
both.
Have
us
you not
well
read my
you know.
Facebook
You have
pages in the last couple
you
of
have
weeks?
two women
Yeah,
in
I
this
see you
room
twat whipped.
that on all the shows that we've been on with you, you have two women in this room who have continuously said that it's the other way around, that we don't want any emotion involved, we're not looking for anything, and they end up falling in love.
I think
How
it's
come they'll
bullshit.
sit here and
Listen,
say that?
that's how
think that's
come.
bullshit.
That's how come chicks never get. Well, I shouldn't say never. That's how come chicks get caught less than guys when they're like cheating, because
We're better at
when
it.
women do
Right.
it, it's totally like just like whatever. You know, my guy's got great cred and a great job. You were just
And-
fucked.
That's horrible.
And for women, they and seriously, a woman could do a one hit and walk away.
Right.
A guy will continue to
Nope.
go back to that
Yep.
same girl.
And that's gonna and that
Because the
girl
pussy
is the
will
one
get
that
you,
gets
man.
in-
Don't
yeah,
let
that's
the
girl
pussy
that
be
gets in
good.
trouble.
You're
Yeah.
not doing it one time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I gotta get that again.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and we're just like, well, it was all right.
I can get a dick any day, so it's hard to get a piece of pussy.
Yeah, see, that's it.
All I know is I truly do hope this particular show that I'm on, because I forgot to mention to my mother not to let my daughter listen.
Oh, I really fucked.
This show is not for your family.
Yeah, I
My
hope you
mom's
didn't,
cool with it, but my
Yeah,
mom's
yeah.
probably like sitting in the den, like on her cell phone or something. Like, here, listen with my daughter. Like, listen to your
son
dad.
is
Your dad's on another show.
And the
then,
bad thing is, you can't even pretend it wasn't you. You're right on the camera.
Yeah.
yeah,
see
right.
you.
I'm like, oh,
They can see
man.
you and go, that's him, man.
But
No-
this is my chance to run for office, because it used to be you had to be all sanctified to run for office. Now this will
Now.
get me in.
Oh, yeah.
More dirt
I
you
can-
got under you.
yeah,
I was gonna
Damn
say.
right.
Drink
Judge
in the
Miller, I'm running
threesomes?
again. Hey,
Right.
Judge Miller, he's just like the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, but, I don't know if it's that or if it's just like shit. They just do shady shit in front of you anyway. So,
Yeah, right.
fuck.
I'd make a ruling. I'd be like, okay, I get it. You were fighting with that bitch because that guy got you out of pocket, right? I understand. I get it. All right, but listen, it's still battery, but I'm gonna give you a warning.
Right.
Miller for judge.
I'm gonna give you a
Yeah.
warning. You know what I mean? Like don't drink and drive. You might spill your drink. You know what I mean?
You slapped the bitch, but you didn't
You
punch her.
Yeah,
so.
you didn't punch
Right.
her.
Yeah,
And sometimes
right.
a bitch
It's
needs a
okay.
slapping every now. That's gonna
right.
come back and bite me in the ass, though.
Right.
That one's
what did
gonna
you,
come back
what
and
did he
bite
say? Sometimes a bitch needs a slapping.
See, and so she repeats it. Yeah.
Because I was just getting ready to say, unless it's me, because then I'll do the
I get.
slapping.
See, yeah. I've
Is
been.
that right?
No, look.
Wait.
Sometimes you need to slap a bitch.
The truth
okay?
of the matter
you
is,
just gotta slap a bitch.
I've been hit
sometimes with your dick.
way more. Wait,
Wow.
women
Wow.
beat guys
You say
more
I'm
than
trying
men
to
beat
shock
women.
value things.
Women beat guys way more than
yeah.
men ever hit.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
you know what? And you wouldn't know it
only
because it
when
doesn't
you
get
ask
It
reported.
doesn't get
for it.
reported. Guy,
Right.
What guy out there is
Okay.
reporting that
And
his girl just
I'll
beat
give you a
the shit
perfect
out of him?
example. There was a time I got in a fight
Oh,
with an
no.
ex.
Yeah.
We were fighting.
They come at you everything.
They came in. We didn't touch each other, but the cops were called. They showed up.
You go to jail.
They were ready to take me in. I didn't
Oh,
touch
yeah.
her. She didn't touch me.
Yeah.
Now there was another time she came back 2 weeks later because it was still the same argument about a child, and she came back and she came into my house, started busting up my stuff, started scratch. She had big scratches on my face, grabbing her. I called the police, and when they found out that it was me calling, I was in it. She'd hit me. This is what they told me: do not muddy the waters. We're not coming out.
Right? I mean, no.
What was
guys
this,
get beat.
1984?
No, guys
Yeah,
get
right.
beat. I had a client.
85, thank you.
In Beverly
Yeah,
Hills.
exactly.
I had a client in Beverly Hills that, I mean, every time he turned around, he was having a fight, a physical fight with his girl. And he says, he says, it's not me. She's beating me. So I go, well, he goes, listen, I know I'm going to go home. She's going to be really mad. He calls me up. He says, look, Miller, he says, I want you to come and stay the night at my place. I'm like, you want me to come tonight and stay the night at your place?
I know a
Dude,
setup when I'm in
There was
one.
a threesome
yeah,
right
right.
there.
I'm like, wait a minute.
You can blame the black
He's-
guy.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think this is gonna happen. And you're Jewish too? No, that's not gonna work. You're not getting me over there. But he was a good client. So
Right.
what did I do? I went over. Now here's the thing. his wife never even knew I was there because she never came from downstairs. He walked in. He was like, "Listen, you can sleep on the couch. Stay here. I'm gonna go upstairs." And because it was late, we'd been out really late. Right. So of course he goes upstairs. I make my bedding and I'm laying down and I'm asleep. Next thing you know, bam, bam, boom, boom. Here he comes running down the stairs. He's running down the stairs and she's right on his heels, man. And she's throwing stuff and everything. And then she stops and she's like, "Oh, hi, Miller. How are you?" Wow. I was like, "Whoa,
that's a crazy bitch right there.
You've been beating the shit out of my boy, and he needed me to come over and stay the night to protect him
and witness it too.
What's going on?" Yeah. So
you guys like crazy women like that. That's your fault.
No, you know what?
I mean, I don't
that
do
is
the.
true.
But is there any normal ones?
Yeah, as I was saying, which women are not crazy?
That's what I was about to say. Like,
yeah.
I am crazy, but I'm not going to destroy your shit or fucking physically beat you. Or unless you ask me to, but
you want tied up a little bit or something.
I'm not like I don't do that type of crazy.
No,
like if you're gonna piss me off to that point, then I might.
Okay, but you're all crazy to a degree.
Well, no, I honestly think guys
I'm not
like girls with
that
spunk.
I'll kill you.
They don't want that.
It's boring if you've got.
I won't kill you, but I won't fuck up your shit.
Right, I'm not gonna.
Well, as long as my stuff's intact, I'm okay
not gonna
with it.
beat on you
I'll put
or whatever.
I'll put crushed glass in your spaghetti.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's just seasoning to me anymore. I've been
yeah, right.
I can actually use it for floss. I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, oh, what's that new? It's kind of tangy.
I mean, I know the one thing that I'll do for sure right now
is get them all in line.
Yes. Go to break. We'll be right back, bitches.
What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerk Man. Heavy that, and guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
Answer me this. When did having a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and iTunes. Or just Google your boy Black Ice. That's Y-A-B-O-Y, Black Ice.
He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a GAC, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gonna slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jismbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
Classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM. STIM Radio. STIM Radio.
It's the shit that irks me. When I see since it's the shit that irks me. The it's the shit that irks me. Jimmy Black.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. We got caught up
Bullshitting.
smoking and bullshitting and doing all kinds of other stuff.
Talking and having fun.
Yeah, it happens, man. But it's very laid
See
back.
what I
here.
do to people? I come in and I'm a bad habit.
You know what? It happens even when you're not here.
Oh, okay.
That was my fault. My fault.
And usually it's it's Jerkman. He keeps everybody out there, and
So much for my great producer, huh?
Yeah.
You're still cute to look
But
at,
you're
so
still
that's all
hot.
that
So
matters,
that
right.
part, see,
All right,
I
all
made
right,
that
thank
judgment
you.
call before you started working.
God for me.
So let's continue this threesome thing, man. What else is going? What's
Of course, you want
the
to
deal
go
with
right
that?
there.
right?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, of course. I got to know what other
Well, you
stuff.
see
other
the
types
legs,
of-
we're rubbing the legs already.
Uh-huh,
You know,
that was
other
excited.
stuff for threesomes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, I like I said, mine were out of the country, so it's like, did it count? I don't know. So I don't know if it was Germany, it was the army. You do a lot of stuff. The one thing, when I was in the army, there's one thing I do realize that I did get a little wild in my later years. As I got older, but I didn't join the army until late, and I realized like I got sent to Germany in June, okay, and like I went straight from training to Germany, and 2 weeks later they're like, you're getting deployed to Iraq.
Oh no.
So of course I went buck wild,
Right,
because I'm thinking, you know what? Well,
I
I'm
might
gonna try.
die.
I might not come back.
Right, right,
so
right.
why not? It's like things that I thought I wouldn't do. The one thing I still haven't done is I've never tried any illegal drug. Like, I've never done coke. I've never smoked marijuana.
Oh, really?
I've never. Yeah, I'm like the only black guy in this country that haven't had marijuana. It explains why my lips aren't exactly black either. But but yeah. So when I got there, man, it was just crazy. I did everything that I could possibly do. I went to a brothel, okay, in the red light district. This is great. It was like going into McDonald's or Starbucks, okay? You walk in, and the door, they charge you like €2 to get in, okay, which, you know, €2, little euro coin, right? So you get in, and it's like an apartment building. The first level has a vending machine that dispenses beers. Whatever kind of beers you want, like you know, we got a Coke vending machine.
Right,
They've got beer vending machines in Germany.
Here, huh?
This was fucking cool. So I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be great, right? I don't know what's gonna happen.
And it's German beer.
And it's German beers, right?
Was it warm?
Well, I know,
They
right?
like it warm.
Enough Americans are in that area that they know we like cold beer, right? They don't have a room temperature. You go upstairs. I'm walking down the hall. Oh my, this was heaven. Every door, there's a picture of a chick on the door. Right? And then above the picture is her name, okay? It's like, I'm looking over here at Nakia. It's like Svetlana or something like that. Svetlana. What is that, right? And it's got like Ukraine, you know, and then it's got,
She's Ukraine.
You know, and then it's got like Taya or something, and it's like Philippines. And I was like, wait a minute.
You can pick your country.
Like, you can pick the country, and then they're all hanging out in the hallways, just walking around the hallways half naked in thongs. I kid you not. I traveled the world that summer.
I bet you did.
Wow.
You never know. IED. 2 IEDs. The third one could have been a charm.
Hey.
Huh?
So, but now, what's my excuse? I'm going to re-up just so I can go back over there.
Oh, that's funny. UID, I'm thinking UTI for some reason.
Oh, no.
You would.
Wow.
Improvised explosive.
Caught a little urinary tract infection while I was there.
Oh, my goodness.
Fucking these nasty hookers.
Wow. Without you, and you weren't even using the cape or nothing, huh? I guess you weren't covering anything.
No. I thought you were going towards UTI. That's why I was like, oh shit.
No,
it's UID. It's different.
Yeah, IED.
IED. UID is also different. Whoa, we just
next we're gonna go with UAVs and UFOs and
we'd like to talk about UFOs around here.
We had a blast though. I had a blast. One of the things, it's kind of funny because I had some younger cats. I was 29 when I joined the Army, okay? So I get there, I'm 29, I had some younger cats that were with me and they were all like 19, 20 years.
Right.
Like, sir, hey sir, we're gonna go to a strip club. This is great. No, I'm from Vegas, so what do I care about a strip club, right?
Done that.
So been there, done that. So we get there, right? And these guys, you get to the door, and it's like, okay, €50, come in. We always tell the guys, leave your military ID behind. You don't want them, but the white guys, you knew they were in the military with the buzz cuts. And
right.
I just looked like any other black guy I was walking around. But when I went with them, they were like, okay, you're military too, so give me your ID. They would take our IDs, so in case we started a fight or something, right? So I would say, no, you guys go in, I'm coming in later.
Right.
Because when shit breaks off, I'm leaving, okay?
I'm not getting stuck.
I'm not getting stuck, but if you guys are getting the shit beat out of you, I got to fight. Right. So we get there, and it's like €50 at the door. I'm like, all right, €50. Well, that's like $70, okay, euro. Back at least in 2007 it was.
Right. Better be getting something.
So we get in the place and there's strippers and the whole bit. You can't. But it's a strip club, no sex, right? And these kids are throwing 20s and dollars and they're not getting it. This is euro, man. This is your dollar is like $1.70, okay?
Right.
They're going to the ATM. You go to the ATM, you figure I'm gonna get 50. I'm gonna get 60 out. They get 60 out. They do it again. They get 60 out. They do it again. They get 60 out. Next thing they're broke. Can't take the train back. Can't figure. I only got this much wrong. It's the euro, man. You gotta. It's more money.
Yes.
So we're sitting there for about an hour and a half, and these kids are just throwing money. And I look at them, I go, what are you guys doing? You're getting yourselves all horned up, and you're not even going to get laid.
Right.
You know, a block away, there's this building where they only charge you €2 to get in.
And you get your dick sucked.
And you get sex.
And you get sex. And they're like, yeah? And I'm like, yeah.
But you're broke now.
I'm an infantry. Follow me.
Right.
Okay? You guys are pogues. You working in administration or something over there. Let's go around the corner, right?
So you had to kind of school them a little bit.
I had to go over there and school these kids, man. I was like,
what? School them on getting pussy and looking at pussy.
What is it? Don't count if it's out of, what did it say, out of the area code or something like that?
People will make all kinds of stuff for it not to count.
Yeah, right?
I don't remember it. It doesn't count.
What's the song? I got hoes in different area codes.
I love that song.
Okay, I know what you're talking
I
about.
changed it. I was like, I got
hoes.
Yeah, in different. I changed it. I was like, I got hoes in different country codes. You know,
Right.
it was like,
Yeah, right.
we were all over the place in Europe
Right.
on the train. It was great.
Man,
That
so,
sounds awesome.
So that's those is your threesome story. What
Those
about
are threesome stories,
well,
man.
what about the gruesome threesome?
The gruesome, the gruesome. Everybody's going gruesome threesome. What's a gruesome threesome? Here's the thing. So, like we were talking about the top 5 common broken New Year's resolutions,
Right.
and we got to that last one, which was getting out of debt and saving money. So now we're gonna go back to the boring part of what I do every day. But even though it's boring, okay, it will get you laid. Okay, because think about this. If we're all walking around with our credit scores on our chest, guys, how hard would it be to get laid then? Like you walk into a club, ladies, and you see the guy, and he's got on his chest a big sign or a halo over him that's got like 480, 510.
I don't know if it would matter these days now.
I was just gonna say everybody's broke, right?
Because everybody's got a low credit score, right?
Nobody's credit fucking matters these
Yeah,
days.
nobody really gives a shit.
No, it matters. You just don't know it matters. You know, when you get your car insurance, it matters. You know, when they tell you it's going to be $100 a month for your car insurance because you got shitty credit. If you had a 700 credit score, it'd be like $30. When you went to get your apartment, when you went to you don't got 20 grand down to put down on the house. So what do? Everybody's living in apartments, right? So when they went to apply for an apartment, what do? They charge you like $50 for the application fee, right?
Right.
What do you think they did with the $50?
Right, it's your credit.
They sent it to Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. That's the gruesome threesome right there. And they're making billions of dollars taking what? Credit app fees. Credit app fee. And then they make another $1 billion every time somebody runs your credit. You go to the phone company to get your phone on.
Right, yeah.
How many of us got their apartment? You're so happy you got your apartment. And the first thing, I know the guys don't care about the like gas and shit. We care about like getting cable.
Right.
And so we can hook up to PlayStation. I got PlayStation in my office. Okay,
That's amazing.
And when the phone company says, "Oh yeah, we got this great bundle," right? It's only $90. You get cable, you get phone, you get internet, and your deposit is now $175 because you got shitty fucking credit.
So your bill's not 90,
So your
it's
bill's not
180.
90. Yeah. So everything we do today has something to do with running. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody down the hall. The lady says, "You know what? I'm making a killing." She charges like she charges like $300 for 300, something like that, to write resumes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, wait, now,
Yeah.
the company's great, and it's a great idea. It's wonderful because you want a nicely crafted
Something
resume.
looking good,
Right.
professional. Yeah.
But the people that come to her for getting their resume written have already been turned down for like a million jobs.
Right.
And now they're going, it's got to be my resume. My resume sucks. No, what's happening? They're running, when you fill out the application, they're running your background check so you don't have any felonies. But your credit is shit.
Crap.
And now they don't hire you.
You know what though? How can credit hinder your ability to get a job though? That's
Oh, it
what
does. They
Credit
check your
runs
credit. My
everything
credit
nowadays.
sucks right now, and that's part of the reason I have a hard time finding work.
It is.
But
And
okay,
reason my
but the
credit
reason your
sucks is
credit
because
sucks is you don't have
I've
a
been
job.
unemployed.
Right,
No,
thank you.
I'll
It's
tell
like
you-
Dumb as that.
catch
I'll
20.
tell you why your credit matters in getting a job, and it's total bullshit reason, but this is how they look at it,
Okay.
right?
You're
This
not
is I'm
responsible.
just guessing.
You're not
I'm
responsible.
guessing, right? If you can't pay your bills, you're not responsible. It means you're not going to show up to work. You're not going to do a
Yeah.
good job. You don't give a fuck about your credit. You don't give a fuck about your life. I'm not going to
I'm
hire
not going
you.
to hire
To me that's kind
You're
of
also
bullshit.
a risk.
let's
You're
take-
a
of
risk.
course it's bullshit,
You
but that's-
become a
you
higher
asked
risk to
why.
them
Oh, I know, I
for
did.
Financial
I know.
debt.
Let's
know.
take it another level. Let's say, you know who's got the worst credit out there?
Me.
Nope. You know the profession of all the people that work in every job industry and everything who has the worst credit?
Let's see if we can guess.
See if you can guess.
I would say maybe bankers.
Nope.
No.
Bankers got
How
great
dare
credit,
you?
but no.
I'm a banker, sir.
Well, like you just said, your credit sucks.
But you're well, that's true. You did say your credit sucks, and then you turn around and say, "How dare you?"
I don't know if it sucks so much as I just don't have any.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Do you know
mine
who-
sucks. So.
Doctors and lawyers.
Because
Really?
they have so much fucking cash, they
That's
don't need
it.
credit.
They got fuck you money.
Yeah.
They've got fuck you money to say, you
They
know
got
what?
black
What?
cards.
Are you kidding me? Fuck you. You know, I don't need your fucking credit. I'm buying
I
this
have
car
cash.
cash.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay, it makes
and,
sense.
And not only that, but let's say they're an attorney, they're a young attorney. All right. They just got out of school, right? They're all
Right.
cocky as shit like I was, right? And then I'm still cocky, right? But in a different way. Ask the ladies. So
Hope your wife's not listening.
so what wife? What are you talking about? I don't have a wife. My wife. You think I'd be on this show if I was married?
I don't know.
I'd stay here and for all night, not just 2 hours, because I couldn't go home.
Can we do a 10-hour show?
Yeah, can we?
I need to sleep on that bed over there.
We thought about doing that one time. Hey, we should do that one time, Jerkman.
Have one of those.
I was going to run a 24-hour
Have a marathon.
Marathon.
Gather up some money for some helpless kids,
charity
stuff like
or
that.
something. That'd be great. Yeah, but no. So on the other side, so the young guy, he comes out of law school, he's all cocky and whatever, and he needs credit. Then he's got $300,000 in debt or whatever. But here's what happened: the first time he maybe misses a payment, or he does something that's going to put a ding on his credit, or somebody says he owes money that he honestly believes he doesn't. Most Americans are really stressing over the fact that they owe a debt. Like, oh my God, I got to pay this. But Mom, can you help me? Dad, cousin, brother, uncle, girlfriend, whatever. And the lawyer's like, you know what? Fuck you. Come after me. I know how to fight this shit. Okay, so you're not getting a dime out of me. So they give up fighting the lawyer, and they just ding the credit. They go, you know what? We're just going to fuck your credit up. And the lawyer's like, you fuck my credit up? Fuck you. I don't care. I have cash now. The doctor's the same way. Doctor's got the cash. What does the doctor do? Hires the lawyer.
Exactly.
He's like, I got the money. Look, you know what? I would pay you this little funky-ass $3,000, but instead, I'm going to pay the lawyer to make your life fucking miserable hell. And so he's happy. Everybody, the lawyer's happy. He made $3,000. The doctor's happy because so those are the people that have it. But for the rest of us that aren't lucky enough to have an MD behind their name or a JD behind their name or an Esquire, right?
Exactly.
Then what do we got to do? We gotta fucking put up with this shit. We got to be making payment plans and shit, calling the gas company. I promise you can cash that check in 2 weeks. Well, if it doesn't go through, I know, and now you're running around for 2 weeks. Now you're behind because that gets you behind. Yeah. Well, listen, M&A Legal, this is me. This is my company. I spent the last couple of years. I billed the guy $15,000 last year. Okay, in fees, just fighting with the gruesome threesome, okay, over some stuff that wasn't his, over some identity theft or whatever. I spent the last 2 years looking for firms, looking for law firms, looking for a bunch of lawyers that will partner with me so that we could make it more reasonable for everybody else. Listen, the credit bureaus are like the prosecutor. Listen, Max, when you get pulled over by a cop, Metro pulls your ass over. He ain't gonna beat you because you're white, but he pulls your ass over.
I can't drive.
And by the way, I know that'll be. We have a whole different problem.
No. It's not that you can't drive. You can drive.
You can drive. It might not be
doesn't mean you're getting anywhere.
Exactly. Can't see to drive.
But here's the thing. Everybody knows. We all know when a cop asks you a question, you have a right to what?
To remain silent.
Exactly. So
nobody does.
Nobody.
Why does nobody listen to that?
Nobody.
You have a fucking right to remain.
Just shut the fuck up.
Silent.
And they do more talking, don't they?
They do.
When they're cuffs, they talk more shit.
Hey, why do you? You know why I pulled you over? Well, hell no. I kind of ran that light. Oh, did you run the light? Did you? I didn't catch that one.
Fucking dumb.
But since you told me,
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna pull you over for that. You know. So here's the thing. These credit bureaus, they're like the prosecutors, okay? And Macy's, we all got that. Everyone in this room that went to school got that card that you got the day you started college, right? Because they were all sitting there lined up to give you a free $500 credit limit. Okay, you were one of the very few, because I got bitten.
I wasn't getting caught up in nothing.
Right? I remember that $500 limit on the credit card.
Exactly. And then a week later, after boozing it up and pizza parties, you're at like $450 and shit, and you got $50 left on the credit, and now you're calling Mom and Dad like, Mom, Dad, I need some money. And they're like, what'd you do? I sent you like $300. Yeah, I spent that. Don't you have an emergency card? I had emergencies.
What I fucked up.
I had emergencies. What kind of emergency? Well,
actually, you know what? My mom was lacing me real good on that, and she was like, you know what? Why don't I hold on to your card and, just in case you need it?
Why do you think they pass them out to all the college kids in the beginning? They know they're irresponsible. They know they're going to spend it on anything.
They're like drug dealers. What does a drug dealer do?
Yeah.
What does a drug dealer do? Dude, here, come take. Here's a hit. Here's a hit. Look, just taste a little of this, right? And then he gets you hooked
for free.
Gets you hooked for free, right? And then all of a sudden,
you want to buy it
because those kids don't have any credit. Right? They just started college.
But they tell them they're helping you build credit.
Helping you
need to build credit.
Yeah, we're going to build your credit. Helping you fucked me is what you
and
did.
isn't it kind of funny, though? You'll notice that you can be older and never apply for a credit, then go out and try to apply, and they'll say, we don't have no credit.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're 40 years old and you ain't got no credit. You never had a credit card? I'm not giving you a credit card.
Yeah, but a kid going into college, totally irresponsible, obviously.
No financial education.
They will hand it to them freely.
You know why? Because mom and dad is going. Mom and dad is going to be like the government. Mom and dad is going to be like Uncle Sam. Why did we all get pissed off at the banks when the banks had their quote unquote bailout?
Right.
We didn't bail out those fucking banks. The banks said, all these people with shitty credit can't get a house from us, and we're not going to give them a loan. And then the government came in and said, I tell you what, we'll co-sign all those shitty credit loans and those people with bad jobs and shit. And then when they defaulted on their loans, then the government
took your house.
Then they took the house, and the government came in and blamed the bank. The banks were like, wait a minute, we told you that motherfucker wasn't going to pay his bills. All right? You're the one. You co-signed this shit. I'm flying in my private jet to Washington, D.C., go before the Senate Commission, and make you give me my fucking money because you're the parents. You co-signed that shit.
And I have your house.
And I have
But I don't know if people realize, but the biggest way that these or at least the credit card companies make their money is when you're defaulting.
Yeah, when you default.
They count on you defaulting.
They want you to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Well,
like
that was the
payday
whole deal
loans.
with those loans. You know, the what
Payday
are
loans.
the up and down loans.
Oh, man.
What do they call those?
Payday
arm loans? No, for homes.
Arm loans. I never even
The ones that go up and down.
Not the
balloon
fixable
payment.
mortgage, but
Adjustable rate.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they adjustable rated already.
They do that. They do that on purpose, man, so they can
yeah.
fuck you later, like Jerkman was saying.
So now I have the ultimate fuck you to the gruesome threesome. The ultimate. Get this. So, like I was mentioning, you have a right to remain silent, right? Well, here, think about
No, he
this.
was telling you, you have a right to remain silent.
Yeah,
right
you got a
now.
right to remain silent. So get this. How many people you think in North America has a credit file with the three bureaus? Everybody with a social security number. Right? Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of people, right? How many people do you think the three credit bureaus have working on staff?
Probably 10.
Not millions
15.
of people.
Not millions of people, right? So now we've all heard this story, right? Oh man, my credit's crap, but that's all right. It was 5 years ago. I'll wait 2 years, it'll fall off, right?
Not true.
Not true. That shit ain't auto-generated.
No.
It's not going to fall off. It's going to still be there. I know people that came into my office, and they've got stuff on their credit file from 15 years ago. And they're like, well, I told the credit card company that it's 15 years old and it should just drop off. It's not going to auto-drop.
And they've got the new little trick that they do, too, now. When I was younger, when you had bad credit, a certain period of time, they would lax off a little bit. They would take it and count it in and use it for a rollback later on. Now, actually, what they do is another company comes in and buys up your bad credit.
Exactly. 10 cents. 4 to 5 cents on the dollar.
So it continues,
Then now they hit you again. So now you've got Macy's, because you didn't pay that $500 limit on Macy's. You got Macy's on your credit score for $500, right? Now you got Omni Finance or some shit like that. You don't even know who the fuck they are. You're like, what the fuck is Omni Finance, right? And then you're like, Omni Finance. What the fuck is that? You contact Omni. Here's the catch. You contact Omni Finance, right? And then they say, well, who are you? You're being recorded. You know this is to collect a debt, etc.
Right.
Now, what do they always tell you when they send you a letter in the mail? You know, if you don't respond, we assume it's your debt, right?
Okay.
Now, it's a catch. If you don't respond, they're going to assume it's yours. If you do respond,
then
what do you have to do? They know it's yours because now they're like, oh, you're calling about your debt, right? Yeah. Oh, that's recorded. So now you've admitted to having a debt. Shut the fuck up. Call me, okay? I'm going to tell you what we do. Let me tell you what we do. I used to charge $7,500 somebody coming to my office for something, $450 an hour, okay? That's a lot of money. Everybody can't pay that.
Right.
I got together with this great group, great team, great lawyers. We've streamlined this, and we figured out something. We said, you know what? They have millions of people with this stuff. These companies do not get paid. They make billions of dollars a year. You know how they make their money? Like we were just talking. Every time somebody runs your credit report, they got to pay for that. Every time somebody reports that you didn't pay your bill, they got to pay for it. So when Macy's realizes you're 30 days late and they report you to the credit bureau, Macy's actually has to pay the credit bureaus to put it on your file. So they make a shitload of money.
Right.
Every year, the three credit agencies, the three credit bureaus, pay millions of dollars in fines to the federal government for violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And here's one of those. Yes, they do. But wait, why do they give a fuck if they're paying millions? Listen, I tell you what. Listen, Max, if I'm making $3 billion a year, right? And Uncle Sam comes up to me and says, you're not handling your paperwork right. You're not verifying that these debts are really these people's debts. So I'm going to fine you $10 million every year. I'm making $3 billion. Fuck your little $10 million fine.
It's like you asking me for a quarter.
I can't go to jail. All you're gonna do is fine me.
And that's a scam.
Here you go.
That's how they
right?
they stifle their money right out.
And we figured out a way to really get them. We dug deep into the act. And now we're doing such a great job that we're offering 100% satisfaction guarantee, and we're not charging you $7,500.
Really?
We're not charging you $7,500. We're not charging you $2,000. We're not charging you $1,500. $499.
That's
not every month, not every hour.
One-time fee.
One-time fee.
Damn.
And we got 100% satisfaction guarantee. That's how good we're getting. I just saw
what do? You
30
fight
items.
You fight the credit bureau? Or
That's what we do.
Damn, I got like a 49% guarantee with my wife.
I saw right. I saw. I had a client come to my office about I'll know the date. I know the day exactly. November 25th.
Damn.
And they had 22 derogatory and negative items on their credit reports. Now you multiply that by 3. Right? Because it's 3 of them. It's not like you're just going. That's another shit they get you.
The three
bureaus, yeah. So even if one is like, okay, here's the thing. He came back in and we had them all. They were all deleted, and it showed. I said, look, we're going to show you. We've got a system set up. We spent millions of dollars building a website. We got our website running better than the Affordable Care Act fucking website.
Right. That's every website, man.
Every website. I got a Vistaprint website that runs better than the fucking, and I only pay $9.99 a month.
What's that site where you can make your own? What's that shit called?
I don't.
You talking about GeoCity a long time ago?
GeoCity or those other ones the people do now when they try to make their own website.
There's a million of them out there. But they run better than he spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this thing, and it still isn't working right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've refined this so wonderful that like you come into our office, you come into my office, you don't even have to come into my office. You can just call me on the phone. Okay, somebody's wondering what the number. Can I give the number out?
I really give all your shit.
All right, anywhere in the United States. Because by the way, just so those of you listening out of the country, okay, not in the North Americas or whatnot, you guys don't deal with the 3 credit bureaus, so you don't even have to worry about it. But everybody
unless you're calling
else,
in for them.
Unless you're calling in for them, right? But everyone else, just call 888-449-5841, and that's 888-449-5841. And you can also go to my firm website. It's at www, of course, localbusinessservices, plural, .us, as in United States. And you just look at our services, and you'll see it there. And what we do is you call us up. You tell us what you're trying to get your score raised for. Maybe you just want it raised. Maybe you want to buy a car,
Can
buy
I get
a
like
house.
mine to $1 million?
Yeah, well,
that way when I'm starting
I think it's like 850 or something like that.
Yeah, but I can whack that down quick. So.
Yeah, well, you know, give us a call. Here's what we do: we set you up. It's $4.99. That's it, right? And
flat fee.
Flat fee. And then what we're gonna do is you know how I say, and then I'm gonna be calling lawyers' offices, and they're never gonna return my call. No. We don't even want you fucking calling us. Let me tell you what we want you to do. We've given you a website to go to. And what you're going to do is you're going to click in, you're going to log in, and you're going to see your credit score, and you're going to see all 3 bureaus. And you're going to see all that bad shit on your credit. And you're going to see that we went into the system and we disputed them all. And they're all going to say it's going to go from being bad, they're all going to say dispute it, dispute it, dispute it. Don't tell me whether it's yours. Don't tell me whether it's, I don't care if it's identity theft. I don't care if you say to me, not to them. I don't care if you say to me, yeah, I really did fuck up. That's really my Macy's card on there. I don't give a damn. I'm going to dispute it.
We're going to fix it.
And here's why. Because just like when you get pulled over by that police officer and he says you were doing 50 and a 35, you get to
No,
court.
I know I was doing 35.
Well, I don't care if
you heard about that?
Maybe you weren't doing 30. Maybe you were doing 50. Don't tell him that, because when you get to court, if the cop doesn't show up, what happens? Gets thrown out, right?
Yeah, right.
We all know that, right?
Yeah.
What happens if the cop shows up? You figure you're fucked, right? No, you're not fucked, because a professional like me is going to say, wait a minute, how do you know he was going 50? Well, I had this radar gun. And then you think, now I'm fucked, right? Not really. Why? Because I'm going to ask him, hey, is that radar gun calibrated? And he's going to say, yeah. And then he go, I'm fucked again. There's all these levels of what I'm going to ask him, what he's going to. Well, do you know how to use the radar gun? Are you certified on the radar gun? When was the last time you certified on the radar gun?
Are you even sure it's a radar gun?
Yeah, right? And then
I need you. I need a lawyer.
I got the
Honestly,
best.
I do.
I tell you what, I got the best cop. For whatever reason, this cop was on his game. He was certified to use the radar gun. He had the filing on time. But guess what the city forgot to do? The city forgot to put that engineer's report on file with the city that tells why they recommend the speed limit be 35. They're supposed to have a report on file, and they're supposed to update it every so often.
Good, I can get out of this ticket.
And guess what? If it's not updated, so the credit bureaus, they work the same way. Even though they're 3 privately held companies, they are not a government agency, so they have to follow the law the same way. So the credit bureau, Macy's is the police officer, the credit bureau is the prosecutor. Before the prosecutor is going to take your case and charge you, what does he ask Macy? What does he ask the police officer to do? You better give me the evidence. Give me the file. Give me everything that proves it. The law says, from 1970, this isn't a new law. The law says that before Experian puts that late payment on your credit file, they're supposed to say, hey, Macy's, show me the proof that they're late. Don't just send me the bill that they owe you. I get that. Show me where they created the debt. Show me the fact that they signed the contract with you.
Because they could go after anybody at
well,
that point.
I'd love to send a bill to Bill Gates and he not pay it. I'll send him a bill for a couple million, and then he doesn't pay it. And then I say, well, you owe me. Why do I owe you? Because I sent you a bill. No, that's not how it works. The credit bureaus, they're not supposed to put anything on your file unless they prove it. We make them prove it, and they have a deadline to do it. Wow. And guess what? That's the clincher. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of people in their system. The more clients I get to fight, and this is why we have 100% satisfaction guarantee, the more clients I get to fight, they don't have enough people to verify it in the timeline.
So even if you're late on your bills.
So even if you're late on your bills and you got a negative mark, you're 30 days. In Nevada, you have to be 30 days before they can report you late. So if your bill's due on the 10th, you're not late until the next month on the 10th. Okay,
I'm late.
But
I'm late.
Okay,
I'm late for break.
So, late for the break. So we'll be right back.
We gotta talk more about this.
Well, yeah, we'll be right back, bitches.
This is wow.
What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerkman. Heavy that. And guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic like you already know. Get him, Jay!
Answer me this. When did happen a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob blues. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and iTunes. Or just Google your boy Black Ice. That's Y-A-B-O-Y, Black Ice.
He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gag, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock
up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gonna slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul, hip-hop bangers like
Sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the bay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But I damn near got caught, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM. STIM Radio. STIM Radio. It's the shit that irks me. When I see since it's the shit that irks me. The
This is called No, I'm Not. Oh, there we go. All right.
This is called No, I'm Not.
That's called, yeah, it's called.
I'm going to start gauging it by my cigarettes again. That's what I did for a while.
You need to do something, or either that or I just got to stand in here and listen.
Oh, I know it's wrong. Somehow.
What happened? One of the things dropped out?
Somehow zero fucking tolerance dropped out.
Oh,
That's
bitch
why.
made. Mitchell Bade. Okay.
I was like, that's really fast. I'm never off. You can ask him. I
What's
know.
zero tolerance?
Oh, it's one of my commercials.
Commercials.
Like, I know exactly when to come in. That
So-
threw me way off.
Here we are, segment 3, hour 2 of the shit that fucking irks me.
This is some weird fucking shit.
We're still here with
not
Manhattan
fair.
Miller.
Or
And
Judge Miller too. You know, I'm Judge
Oh,
Miller.
now you're
technically.
Judge Miller.
Now
Slam the
I'm
gavel.
Now I'm slamming the gavel, and I'm removing all of those things from your credit. I'm
All
telling
right.
them to prove themselves.
So there was more stuff. I know some of you guys had some questions for him about, and you were saying it's $4.99 flat rate.
Right.
What's the give the website again, man?
So you can go to www.localbusinessservices plural US, and just click on services, and you'll see right there a little bit of information about keeping your credit healthy and how we help you and what.
And
we
you can do this
you.
for anybody, right?
I can do this for anybody.
All right. Because there's probably people out there going, "Well, mine's so destroyed."
That's how I feel.
If you say, if you're like thinking to yourself, he can't help me because it really is my debt. No, we can help you. And if you're saying, oh, it's so old or it's too much, I mean, I've got a client that had over $100,000. Oh, by the way, if you're saying it's an IRS lien, if you're saying that it's, oh, I went to the emergency room and they sent me a $30,000 bill, hey, we can help. So, and here, what do you got to lose but your
Actually, I
poor
have a question.
score? What do you got to lose but your bad credit?
What if it's you just mentioned a government lien thing? What if
School loans?
What if it's Social Security?
Social Security, you name it. You see,
Really?
remember now. Remember the three bureaus. The three bureaus are private businesses. They're not government entities. Okay, they're not the IRS. It's just look. The 4 or 5 of us in this room, we got together and we said, "Hey, let's create a company that stores people's names and Social Security numbers." Okay, and then we're going to go to every business and we're going to say to those businesses, hey, when somebody doesn't pay you, how about you just tell us they didn't pay you? We're going to put them on our little blacklist. Okay, then we're going to come up with this rating system that we create. Okay, and then everybody is going to pay us to tell them who they shouldn't do business with. That's what those three businesses.
Yeah, so that's all it is.
That's all it is. And so, but they have to play fair. They can't just, because what do you, come on, of course, they could just throw names on there, and we got to have a system of checks and balances. In this country, that's the good thing about it. We have a system of checks and balances. The bad thing is that until now, people couldn't afford to hire law firms and hire, come on, you owe Macy's $500, you owe Verizon $650, you owe an old school loan of $20,000 or something. You're making $30,000 a year. You can barely pay your rent. You ain't got a mortgage because your credit's like shit. And then now you're gonna come and pay a lawyer $7,500 and $450 an hour. You can't do it, man.
Yeah, you can barely pay your bills.
So with that, we devised this system that allows everyday people that aren't making $1 million a year like doctors and lawyers are to be able to say, you know what, fuck you too. Now I'm going to make you prove it. And I don't know. I'm not the expert, so I'm going to hire experts. And it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. And I'm going to make you follow the law. And we make them follow the law. I've got great partners. I've got Jonathan Nguyen, who's a specialist. I've got Victor Ayala, who's a specialist. I've got Leonard Connell, who's a specialist in finance. And that's just those are just the ones in my office. Okay, we're nationwide. So and by the way, since the 3 credit bureaus deal with North America, it doesn't matter what state you're calling from or what state your problems are in the U.S., North America, and Canada. It doesn't matter. We can help you.
So if you're over in,
New York,
Colon Tickle, Arkansas, and
you didn't make that, you didn't make that payment on your tractor trailer. I don't know.
They will help you.
We got you covered.
M&A
We make
Legal
them
has
prove it. You look, just because, like I always go back to this. Just because you got pulled over for that ticket doesn't mean you go in there. Doesn't mean you go home and cut a check, okay, to pay the ticket. Doesn't mean you go to court and when the judge asks you, did you do it, you just plead guilty. No, he's not going to look at you bad if you say not guilty. Does not mean you didn't do it, people.
Right.
Not guilty just means you prove it.
Also, no contest is you don't.
Right.
That's fucking bullshit too.
Yeah. No.
Don't say no
is,
contest.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean what you think it means.
All no contest. At all. It just means that you're pleading guilty a different way.
Yeah.
And the only thing no contest does to help you is this. If you get in a car accident, right, and you plead no contest to it, right, now they can't use that against you in the civil trial.
That's the only thing.
That's the only thing. And by the way, your ass isn't getting
You're
sued
not going
anyway.
to a civil trial over a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
So no contest is stupid.
It doesn't help you. And you're not going to go into a civil trial over a car accident as long as you got insurance. Why? Because they're only going to go after deep pockets.
Right.
You unless you're driving a company vehicle, nobody's suing your ass. And if they and no, by the way, they might want to sue you, but any lawyer they go to is going to go, this girl, she's a barista at
Right.
Starbucks. her insurance caps out at 15,000, 30,000, 10,000, right?
So they know they're not gonna make any money.
So go for the insurance, and yeah, your bills are more than that, but she only had liability, so you can only go for
Right.
that. So now it's like, oh, my bills are 100,000. So the insurance caps out, and then what are you gonna do? Sue a Starbucks barista?
Right.
She ain't got no fucking money. The lawyer's not even gonna take the case because he's like, I'm not suing a barista.
Okay, supposing they already given in though, and they're making their payments and they're doing all this, can they still approach you and you can still help them?
Well, you're not making payments to the credit bureaus, are you?
So it's the credit bureaus you're fighting.
Yeah. See,
You're
because
at the
then
top.
that's when. See, here's what comes in then. Then now you've already given in and you're making payments or whatever, right?
Right.
I'm not telling you to do this, but fucking stop. And then, and then, because they didn't take your shit off the credit report anyway.
Nope.
You're still making payments, right? Because
And your credit's still fucked.
the collection agency called you up and threatened you, okay?
Right.
And
That's
they
their
scared
tactic.
you,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
We're gonna
You're gonna
sue
go to
you.
jail.
We're gonna sue you. Well,
Cops will be there right now.
First off, people, you can owe $1 billion in this country, and
Yep.
you're not going to jail. There's no debtor's prison. That shit ended when
They
we left
called
Europe.
They told me. They called me up, and I answered the phone. First of all, it wasn't my debt, but this is the scam that's going on. They'll call you up. They'll tell you had a payday loan at some point.
At some point.
And most people in America
At
have
some
had
point,
a
yeah,
payday loan.
exactly.
And then they told me that if I don't send them the money, that the police will be at my door in an hour to arrest me.
I'd have given them.
And I said, okay.
Really?
I said, I'll be here.
I
I'll be here.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'm waiting.
They called me back again.
The police-
Same thing. The police are on their way. I said, I'm still here.
Look, the police
So they
aren't
really
coming
play
out.
But
that
this
game with
scares,
you?
but this
Yeah, it
scares a
scares
lot
some
of
people.
people. Not everybody
Listen,
is crazy as me. You
In
know?
Vegas, the police aren't even coming out if you get in a car accident.
That's
what
what
makes
I'm
you think
saying.
they're
Yeah.
coming to
Go
you
for a debt.
because you
Yeah,
didn't pay
for
your
s- yeah,
Macy's
for
credit
someone
card
else,
bill,
right.
So no, but yeah, so it doesn't really matter. What's happening is this. Let's say you did make an arrangement with some collection agency, right? And you're making these little payments, right? Check your credit and see if that collection agency did anything different. See if they're still on there as a debt. No.
Yep.
They didn't change it.
Nope.
You still they didn't pull. And you go, well, if I pay you, will you tell the credit bureaus that I paid you? And they're like, sure, we will. And then you finish paying them off. I've had this happen to a
They
client.
never do.
They
I was
never
gonna
do.
say-
You want to know why they don't pay? Why they don't take it off your credit? Because
Because
the
they're going to
credit.
make money with it again.
Well, no, because the credit bureau charges them
Right.
to report
They'll
your.
pay the money to put your ass on there.
But
They're
they
not
ain't
paying
the money to take you off.
Well, it's the same thing as a Better Business Bureau. I don't know if you know this, but you can actually buy your way back off of the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
That's how you do that. Actually, someone can make any complaint they want against you.
Right.
But you officially, to get it taken off, have to pay them. Even if the dispute is found out to be invalid.
They're changing that though. You know why?
Why?
Because there were a lot of fraudsters out there, and what they were doing were they would report something negative, and then they had another department that would charge you, of course, like you say, to get it taken off. There's a company out there called Rip Off Report. Man, listen. Here's my thing. I love Rip Off Report. I'll tell you why. If you're on Rip Off Report, you've made a lot of money. You're successful, actually.
Right.
Because there's nobody out there. Look, there's nobody out there that's worth their weight in salt, okay, that's not on Rip Off Report. Everybody's on Rip Off Report.
Maybe I should check, see if we're there.
And if you check Rip Off Report, you'll see that everybody on Rip Off Report is like a major player. Like, he ripped me off of $1 million. Like, if he ripped you off of $1 million, this dude's making a lot more millions, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Like, you can't even get on Rip Off Report unless you're somebody. I thrive to get on Rip Off Report. Here's the thing. You can get 50 people in one room, and they're never going to agree on the same thing unless it's to take an early vacation and raise their salary. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm on Rip Off Report. Love it. I'll put it out there. You know why I love it? Because I didn't know I was on Rip Off Report, right? I was on Rip Off Report. Somebody told me about it. By the time I checked it, there were already 9 other people defending me. And I was like, whoa, who are these people? And then I kind of realized who they were. Some of them were clients, and somebody like, hey, he didn't do this. And then some of them says, oh, he made $1 million for this charity and all this. It turns out, you know who had reported me on Rip Off Report?
Who?
My ex-wife.
Oh, wow.
She got arrested. She hacked into my email. I wasn't even in the country. I was in China, and somebody was sending emails out. Somebody hacked into my email, right?
First thing that pops up, it says how to remove a rip-off report.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nice.
And Rip Off Report was getting in trouble because another company that they had set up was the company that they owned, and so they would charge you to remove it from. So you'd pay them, and they just go to their own site and go ding, delete, right?
Right.
California, a number of states, attorney generals are suing Rip Off Report and suing companies like them for doing that. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all you 4 people here in the studio with me right now, and I'm gonna put you on my little blacklist, and then when you find out about it, you're gonna call me up and you're gonna pay me $4.99 to take it off. No, I'm joking.
That's how it works. I knew it.
But that's how it works.
Exactly.
You know, so but no.
So even if you're paying off like say you're making payments to whoever the fuck it is that you owe, you say
Macy's. I always use Macy's. Macy's. I love Macy's. Listen,
They're not reporting that you're making payments.
Well, actually, they are. See, because Macy's is a big enough company that they have that account with the credit bureaus where they pay a flat rate to just let all their thousands of stores do the reporting, their finance department, right?
Okay.
Macy's is. So actually, that's a good company to use if you do want to build your credit because they faithfully report good and bad every quarter.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand. It's the little companies like, I went to Al's Auto. Wait, if there's an Al's Auto, I'm not talking about you because I don't know.
went to RT Motorsports and bought RT fucking Motorsports and bought a goddamn car that they were supposed to report to the credit bureau, and they never fucking did. So when I went to go get another car, I had no fucking credit.
You had no credit. And that's the thing, because RT's a small little mom and pop car dealership, and they don't want to pay to report. But I tell you what, I bet if you missed a payment, they would have paid. And so that's the difference.
So that's okay. So
well, we didn't make rip-off report here, so I haven't made.
You're not on rip-off report. So
I'm working on it.
You're not in the big leagues.
I'm not in the big leagues yet, but I'm working on it.
You got to be in the big leagues.
He's gonna put you on rip-off report.
Yeah, just put me on
a
there.
radio show.
Hey, listen, anybody in here, anybody, look at the disclaimer. Look at the disclaimer at the bottom of rip-off report. Look at the disclaimer. It says they don't verify the authenticity. They don't verify the truth or the accuracy of anything that's put on here.
It's like the Urban Dictionary. You can just put whatever you want.
Anybody can put, anybody anybody can put anything they want on there.
Yeah.
It can be like Mary J. Blige and make up words and shit.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna test this theory.
Just put it.
I'm going to put myself on rip-off report.
Can you make a company up?
Oh, no, wait a minute. Here we go. I knew he was going to jump on this. He's going to be putting people on he knows personally.
Yeah, but it's got to be a company though, don't you?
No. Individuals.
I can just put a person.
No. Don't tell him this.
Do not tell him
this.
You got president. Wait, you got every president of the United States is on there. It's like senators are on there. Congress people are on there.
Do you know what you've done?
Listen,
you created a monster.
I can just put Joe Asshole from next door.
You're gonna put these. You're gonna put these chicks that are blowing you off on there.
I'm not gonna do that.
You are.
Yes, he will.
Max is gonna be like,
I'm not gonna do that.
Max is gonna be like, yeah, she's a lesbian. I'm just letting rip off report now. She didn't go for it, so she's a lesbian. She must be a lesbian,
He would say she needs to get raped.
Those motherfuckers.
She needs to get raped in the ass. The Experience Project chick is going there for sure.
That's rape off report, not rip off report. Okay.
I mean, people don't understand this. It's just everything's about making money,
Yeah.
And mine is about making money. Only I'm making a lot less, but I'm helping people. I mean, tell me something. How many lives are being changed just for the worse, just because they've got the mortgage crisis, okay?
Right.
You spend, this is how it works. You spend 15 years of your life, 20 years, 30, 40 sometimes, building your credit. You get laid off because some company just has to lay off.
Right.
2 months later, you're maybe a little bit late on a credit card payment. Maybe you're a little bit late on your mortgage or whatever. You spent 15 years building your credit up, and in 2 months, you're down from a 750 to a 500 in 2 months. Now, that's fast. I mean, how come I didn't get a 700 credit score when I was building my credit in 2 months?
Right. But now in 2 months it could get knocked down.
Months it's knocked down. We are fixing that. We are making them fight. We are fighting for you, and we are making sure they prove it. You have a right to remain silent. Remain silent. Don't say nothing. Call us.
Okay, that's a good question.
Remain silent, people, on 48 hours.
Silent.
How long would it?
Oh goodness!
How long would it take you to do that? I mean, for someone with really bad credit to build it back up for them.
I've seen things get deleted in like 20 days, 30 days. I've seen it get deleted. Sometimes.
So you're not looking maybe years down the line to
No.
start building this.
No. No. See, here's what happens. The way this works is this: every time somebody checks your credit, there's a few points gone, right? Every time somebody reports,
which a lot of people don't even know.
They don't know that.
Right.
They run around town in November.
Fucking 20 different stores.
Yeah, to get that little reindeer
because it's
antler
November
thing or something.
Yeah, because it's November. Christmas is coming. I need to get credit cards. So they're running all over town.
And they figure I'll get them down by this particular month.
Oh, here's what. Hey, well, if you get our card today, you can get an extra 20% off on all your purchases.
Right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how they try to get
really?
people.
Oh,
Thanks for the 20% off that cost me thousands of dollars.
Yeah, right.
How about
Exactly.
those cards, like when people get like back in the day, Circuit City had a card.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's got one now. Even GameStop. Jesus
Look,
Christ, they got their own freaking credit card.
You know you got shitty credit, and then you go apply for a
Yeah.
Home
Right.
Depot credit
You just
card.
want the free thing.
Yeah,
they're giving away.
And then you're like, and then you're sitting there in front of the machine, waiting for the person, and then they never tell you. They never tell you that you were denied. They're like, well, something's wrong. We're gonna send you a letter in the mail because
It means you're
it
denied.
means you were denied. And
Because
the
your
letter-
credit's so shitty, they
and
won't
by the
let you
way,
get a card.
when you get the letter, it doesn't tell you why. It just tells you you didn't satisfy our requirements to get a credit card, and if you want to know more about your credit,
Contact
Experian.
Right.
Okay, and Experian charges you. You get one.
You get
free,
one free
you get
one a year.
free a year, and that's because the federal law
Wow.
requires them.
They
to
won't
do
let
that.
me.
Dancing down this
They won't
road.
let me.
Yeah,
Really?
They will not let me get it online. They require I call them. Somebody has my identity or some
somebody's
shit.
got your identity, and that's and right with that. And listen, when we take care of this for you, and we we get these things, we make them prove it, and they can't prove it, and you guys are saying, well, we're really right. How you gonna make them prove it? Listen, something as simple as them spelling your name wrong. Okay.
So if they
I'm
use,
golden. My name is difficult.
And yes, I've got, like I said, I had a client who he's Asian, so right there, right?
Right.
And then but he uses the name like Steve. So whoever gave him credit used his Chinese last name and his American first name.
Right.
Well,
what if it's something as simple as mine's George James Carson the second? So what if they took that second and they put
and
an
they dropped
I?
it, and they
or they put a-
Oh yeah,
and that- and
that's a
the
good
I.
one. Know why? Because I get the same problem. The computer automatically changes the first capital I and then makes the next
There's
one
a
lowercase.
lowercase I.
And guess what? That's not you.
That's not me at all. No, I don't. And
That's not
They
you.
fuck up my last name
Yeah.
all the time.
And
Well,
guess
that's not
what?
you then.
Things like that. Now I know what
Great,
everybody
and
out
I have
there.
no bills.
I know what everybody's saying. Everybody's going to say this. I know what you're all saying. You're all saying, well, then I can just fix it then. I'll fix
No.
it myself.
No,
Try
I tried.
it. I tell you what.
I
Why don't you
tried.
go ahead and try that? And then when you don't
I
succeed, call me.
disputed everything on my credit
You know.
report by myself.
Yeah, just call me.
Hey, you still got to know the ins and outs,
I
whether, whether they
disputed
spell it or not.
everything,
I
and
tell you
it didn't help
you,
me.
it could help you. All you have to do is read page for page, word for word, the Debt Collection Practices Act of 1970. And
I
know how to
do
apply
know
it.
how to use because I had to do payday loans,
And-
so I had to
okay,
know that
so
shit
yes,
in and out.
Yes,
Yeah.
and apply it. But here's another thing that really scares people. It's not necessarily you. It's that what happens is when you go through us, they know you're going through us.
Right.
And
So
they go,
automatically
"Wait a
they are
minute."
like,
They're
oh,
"Oh,
shit.
crap. You know what? Let's just all right.
Yeah.
It's easier for them to then go, and let's just go ahead and click that delete
Because
button.
they know they're gonna have to
And
fight.
they-
But if I do it by myself, they're gonna laugh at me.
Exactly.
Like let her try.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And then
you
they're
don't
gonna,
know the
they're
ins
gonna
and
fight
outs.
me.
And we're not gonna quit. See, we
Yeah.
don't quit. They know that you're gonna do it, and
They're
then they're
gonna
gonna
be
say no.
They're gonna ask you for something
Yeah,
that you don't
that
know
you
how
don't
to
know
fucking
how to
get, and you're gonna
exactly.
lose.
And
yeah.
you're exactly. So, but
I
we
know, I
know how to do
tried.
it. We know how to. We know how to do
I
it.
was really gonna go the whole way with it, but I lost patience.
100%.
So where do they go, man?
So they're gonna go to www.localbusinessservices, and that's plural with an S at the end. .us, and they can call me anywhere in the U.S. You can call toll free. If you don't have a cell phone yet that gives you unlimited long distance, you really got a problem. But here I'm going to give you the 800 number. It's
Just in case.
Just in case.
Right.
It's the 888-449-5841, and let the judge make that ruling for you. I'll make that ruling for you. We're going to get that stuff taken care of for you. We'll make them
Right.
fight.
Nice.
We are gonna.
Nice.
You're
I think you're
gonna
going to
stay
get a
for
call
the,
from Maxwell there.
You're gonna stay for the last half hour.
I'm here.
I sure
All right,
hope so.
cool.
Well,
I'll be
let's-
right back, bitches. Well, what I want to...
Yee! What up, though? It's the undeniable JT Money, a.k.a. the Bitchizer, and you tuned in to STIM Radio with Maxwell Silverhammer and GJ the Jerkman. Heavy that, and guess what? They hate hoes almost as much as I do, so don't sleep on these cats. And speaking of sleeping, don't forget to check out my new single, Hustling, from my new project, Morning Wood. It's going down heavy, baby. And speaking of being out, I'm out like a busted traffic, like you already know. Get him, Jay!
And Answer me this. When did happen a lot of YouTube hits and hella MySpace friends begin to determine whether a rapper has good music or not? Let's be serious. You wouldn't trust half of these people to wash your car or your dog. But you gonna let these people determine what music you listen to? That's crazy. You gotta be a leader, man, not a follower. And check out that classic album by your boy Black Ice, 5.0 Reasons, 10th Anniversary, 1998 to 2008. It's that classic Bay Area G-Funk and mob music. Sample the entire album at cdbaby.com, rhapsody.com, Napster, and iTunes. Or just Google your boy Black Ice. That's Y-A-B-O-Y, Black Ice.
He was a young white kid from the suburbs who had it all. Yo, Pops, when you gonna paint my motherfucking Bentley and shit? Sorry, son, I'll get to it. It's just been very hectic down at the office. But he wanted something more. Yo, I wish I could be a G, dog. He wanted to come from those mean streets and be a G like his compadres that he looked up to. Yo, man, if only I could have a gack, dude. I'd bust the most caps out of any G. Then he met Jay Fucker on MySpace, where he learned to rock up that crack cocaine with the dopest of OGs from the street. Yo, we gonna hit the track right now, and we gonna slang these hover rocks to these motherfucking fiends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, can I roll with you, dog? Can I roll in your 6'4"? It's a tale of urban struggle. Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive out in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, I can dig it. It was a tale of romance. Hey, dog, you mind if we sleep in the same bed? Gerald Jisenbag and Harold Hardcock give it 2 thumbs up. It's Black Cock Down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Maxwell Silverhammer of the award-winning Shit That Irks Me. Now, usually, I'm joking and having fun and laughing, but in this case, I'm here to talk about something very serious. There's a phenomenon that's going on all over this country. It's called dimpling or dimple caking. That's right. There are lonely-ass, poor, sorry sons of fucking bitches that have no friends, no life, and nothing really going on for themselves. So they need people to talk to. So what they'll do is they'll call your phone. And usually what you'll do, being the heartless son of a bitch that you are, you'll just let the phone ring and roll it into your voicemail. And then you sit there and you contemplate, oh no, I have to call this person back. I have to call this person back, knowing that there's quite the chore that's in front of you. What do you do? If you're the heartless son of a bitch that never calls them back, you need to stop now. You need to call that person back and do your dimple duty. That's right. It is your dimple duty to make sure that this person is happy and content and feels worth. That's right. This person needs to feel like they have some worth. So, do your dimple duty today. Thank you. I am Maxwell Silverhammer with a public service announcement.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ren, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like
25 sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma do it for the pay, okay? Getting paid, we'll holler whenever that stop. My team good, we don't really need a mascot.
classic throwbacks like.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got caught cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before.
Every Friday night at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and Saturday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Only on the Tough Love Show on JNJ.FM.
At last, the wait's finally over. Be Sick returns from a long hiatus with a brand new album entitled Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Available for digital download only.
Be Sick's no punches pulled approach on the mic gives listeners what they want, as well as gives the rap game a well-deserved kick in the ass. With such hard-hitting gems as the title track, Mr. Zero Tolerance.
Mr. Zero fucking tolerance, you fakes at your front. My tongue's replacing the gun. My toleration is none. Fucking buster and a bitch.
Or the laid-back, fun-filled street anthem entitled Change of Pace, featuring Ghost.
This is something to bump as a gift to the haters. So turn it up loud just to piss off your neighbors. And if you out rolling, you'll be getting a ticket. And if you
straight to the guts, blind to the facts.
Blind to the facts that your mind's in a trap. Blind to the facts that with time we adapt. Blind to the facts of what you don't understand. Blind to the facts by the media scams. Blind to the facts of what you read in a book. Blind to the facts of
Download your copy today of Mr. Zero Tolerance from www.cdbaby.com or go to www.cdbaby.com/cd/bsick2. Download your copy today. Keep the realness in the rap game. Oh, yes, bitches. We're actually back on time. Look at that. Well, we are.
That's
but
because AK is the shit.
But Ocelot and Jerkman are still out there.
They're still smoking cigs.
Yeah, doing whatever they're doing, you know. So this is pretty fucking amazing. I didn't realize that you could do this because I always heard with anything government, you know, it's not considered dead and they can do all kinds of shit.
Well, technically,
turn it. Wait, turn this mic on.
They can like take. It is on.
Is
Sorry,
it-
I
Oh,
didn't
there
want
it
you
is.
to talk anymore. Just shut
Is it-
up.
isn't a police officer working for the government?
Uh-huh.
Isn't the prosecutor working for the government?
Yeah.
They still got to prove it, right?
Well, that's true.
So and again, remember the three reporting bureaus are not the government.
Hmm.
So so even the government has to prove things when they're trying to say
Now,
you did something.
When I do get billed, it's from the Social Security's debt department.
Yeah,
So,
that's just their collection agency. The Social
Interesting.
Security Department just has a collection agency. That's all.
Nice. Social Security.
shit.
Their own collection.
If I can get this shit wiped off my record, I would.
How about this? Did you hear that this year, or well, I should say next year, because we're so close to next year anyway?
Right.
So many
About a
people
couple
may
more
have
weeks.
their returns, their tax returns delayed.
They've been saying
They've
that
been
for the
saying
last
it.
2 years.
Yeah, they're like this, but now they're reporting how much they gave out to people who didn't even have a job and people who it was fraudulent and everything else, and they're not actively going after those people to get the money back. But you work hard-earned
Right.
money, and they pull
They're
it from
coming
you
to take
real
it from
quick,
you.
and they're giving it to you delayed.
Mhm.
They're come on. Really? So the government is
Oh,
not immune.
They're a business, dude.
They're a business. And they're not
a
immune.
fucking business.
So they're not immune. They got to prove themselves just like anybody else. I worked for a tax controversy firm some years ago, and I was stoked when I first started working because usually when we were drafting documents, lawsuits like the pleadings and all that, they call them pleadings or summons and complaints.
Right.
It's John Doe versus Jane Doe. Right.
Right.
Okay.
I was stoked when I first started working with this tax controversy firm. Why? Because it was John Doe versus the United States of America.
Right.
Oh.
And it was for taxes. Whenever we'd have people come into the office and they'd be like, "I went to my bank today," and the banker. Everybody ever seen Trading Places with Eddie Murphy?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They can't get their money
You
out.
know the
and they-
scene where after he gets arrested, he promises the prostitute he'll give her $50 or whatever. He gets to the bank and he tries to draw.
That's
out,
right. Because money has not. It's all gone.
And the money seized. They're like, "I'm sorry, Mister."
Yeah,
whatever.
I have to tell people that often.
Right.
That there's a lien
the bank,
on your
the bank
account.
placed a lien on your
There's
account. I mean, the bank, the
the
government,
IRS,
the IRS placed a lien on your account.
will not allow us to give you the money.
And
then
they
we
and-
shred their debit card.
And they noticed, and they give the bank a notice. They say, "Okay, listen,
Yeah.
you can't send us the money just yet.
Right.
You have to wait 30 days before you send us all their money.
Yeah.
But they've got 30 days to come back with this letter
Mhm.
that we give them to show you that they no longer have to keep the money, right? Well, 30 days, really? Like
Right.
they just took $300,000. They seized it from your account. You walked in thinking you're going to buy Christmas presents for your
So I don't
family.
put money in
and
the bank.
and then boom. So, but guess what? What would happen is a good percentage of the time, higher than you would think. We had a lot of clients that would have that happen to them, and then we'd say, now we had to charge them in reverse. We charge them. We'd say, okay, here's what we're going to charge you. I'm sure if you had $300,000 in this account, you had some money somewhere else.
Right.
And we'd charge them $7,500, and we'd say, and 30% of what we recover from you.
Right.
For you. And then and 9 times out of 10, through this thing called an offer and compromise, basically we're saying to the government, you guys can't even prove that the person owes that amount of money, but
Right.
yet you had no problem putting a lien on it. They, after doing an independent audit, the IRS was always wrong. And it'd be like, well, now guess what? Now it's John Doe versus United States of America. We're suing you for that money and the penalties because your audit was wrong.
Right.
And they'd get, $300,000 back, and $90,000 would go to the firm.
Well, now, let me ask you this: if they prove that in fact that person didn't, create the debt, do they get the money back that they've already paid towards that debt?
Well, yeah. I hate to tell you, but not automatically. Not automatically. What
that's
usually
why I
happens
asked the
then,
question.
yeah, not automatically. Usually, what happens then is that's when after you've been. That's kind of like if you've been charged in a crime and it turns your life upside down and you get acquitted, or they find that the officer shouldn't have arrested you.
So the
then
shit
person
you
turns around
lost.
and sues the police department.
Oh, right.
So it's kind of the same thing. So now, if you've been paying on something that you were like, this isn't mine, and then you pay on it, and then you prove that it wasn't yours, then you do have a right. You could sue for your money back. I mean, if they're going to do the right
so
thing,
that would be a
give it to
totally
you, but
separate
who does
case.
that, right?
Right. It's a totally
It'd
separate
be a
case.
totally separate case.
Okay.
You know, it's like the difference between criminal and civil, you know.
So in like my case, the one I have, obviously it was something where I reported, but they don't have a record of me reporting, and they said that I was working and collecting Social Security at the same time.
And here's the thing, people. Whenever if you even think that you have to tell somebody something or report something by sending them a letter or calling them, don't text them. Don't call them. Send them a letter and do it the old-fashioned way. Send them a written letter, certified mail.
Right.
And here's something else most people forget. And this is free, okay?
Free legal advice,
this
man.
Is free.
Put a little PayPal thing on this.
In your letter, when you're notifying someone of something, in the actual letter itself, write on the letter that's inside the envelope, the return receipt number. Okay?
Oh.
Because what happens when you open an envelope? Who knows what was in it, right?
Could have been anything.
I could
right?
say I sent you this letter and it was certified. Here's my certified stamp from the post office, right? And here's the letter I sent you. There's no proof that that's the letter that was sent. I mean, truth be told, it's really still not much proof. But guess what? If it's dated that date, you've got that number on it. At least the number matches the stamp that the U.S. Post Office stamped.
Right. Oh, okay.
Most people make the mistake. I have this happen a lot. Someone sends a letter out and they send a certified letter out to a client and they don't put the certified ID number in the actual body of the letter. And then the client's like, well, I got to say I got it because they said it's certified. You can say you got a certified letter, but that wasn't it.
Right.
Huh. Wow. A lot of little workarounds and shit.
Okay, so that, but there's just all these things that people don't know. Something as simple as a misspelled name.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? You no longer have that $10,000 debt on your credit file.
Wow.
Something as simple as that. Like like he was saying earlier with if you're the second. Like I'm the second as well. So I knew what he was talking about. I constantly get things where it's like M. Joseph Miller and then large capital I and then lowercase I. Because what do computers automatically do?
Yeah.
Think you're starting a new sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And the computers do it automatically. So now what? All my bills that are like that are not mine.
They're null and void, right?
I don't know who M. Joseph Miller
because you're the 2ND is what you are, not the II.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, but that's it, So just little things like that, dates that are wrong, and that's the thing, these people are trained. We're trained to do this, to look at it with a fine-tooth comb. These are things that you would probably never. I'm sure I've said a number of things tonight that most people never thought of.
Hell no. I've got a whole education here tonight.
So and just think, you guys got it free. It cost me $300,000 to learn.
Well, think of all
Like I knew a lot of what you said. This is because I want to be a lawyer, but so I read up on shit.
That kind of stuff. But man,
people really think that when they get these collection calls, they take whatever that person is saying to them as factual, and they use such a harsh tone and they bully them into admitting, yes, that is my debt. Now you're fucked.
Well,
you're fucked.
It's like the police thing. The lady told. Which, by the way, how many times did they call before you finally said, if there's no police coming, fuck you?
But you know what's funny?
How many times?
Yeah,
The first time they said it, I knew they weren't coming.
Well, I know, but how many times? Didn't you say they called you twice or 3 times?
Oh, they called me every day for like 2 weeks.
To continue with the same threat.
And I answered because it was amusing to me,
And they kept saying the police are coming every time.
Different stuff. We're gonna take all the money out of your bank account. I don't have a bank account.
And you would know
you're gonna lose your job over this. And I'm like,
if I do, I'm really suing.
I'm like, you're not even in the same country
Yeah,
as me,
you're
dude.
like-
You're gonna come to my job. You're gonna spend all that money to come to my job in America.
You're calling from the Philippines, Vietnam, somewhere in a
and
call
they would use
center.
the voice, a VoIP. So you'd call the number back and it was disconnected.
It's one of those. Yeah, that's how you can tell it's not on the up and up all the time.
Well, not really, but if you call the number back and it doesn't go through, then yeah, you're right. Look, that part you're right.
Well, and that happens. Telemarketers do that shit all the time. Where they call you from a number, you call the number back, and they're saying this is a not working number.
Hey, let me get your number. I'm in the middle of dinner right now. Let me call you back in an hour or so.
I can't give that out. Or whatever scumbag bullshit.
And it's funny because when like on that whole lien issue with the person going to the bank and then I love this one. And don't get me, remember people, I don't care if it's really your debt. I don't care if it's not your debt. I don't care if it is your debt. My job is not to really care. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be like, well, this is my debt and I don't want them to know. I don't care.
The one person you can tell anything to is your lawyer.
Yeah, I don't care.
Any fucking thing, good, bad,
you got a squirrel.
Guilty, not guilty.
You got some weird sexual fantasies and you got a squirrel stuck in your whatever and you go to the doctor, you're going to be embarrassed to tell the doctor to get that squirrel out of there. No, you just get it out of there. And that's what I do. If it's a squirrel in your bum, I really don't care. I'm just going to get it out of there. So, what makes me laugh, really, honestly, is the person who goes to the bank and actually, oh, you've got a lien on your assets. The IRS said it. And they're like, oh, my God. And they come into the office, right? And this was when I was with the tax controversy firm. They come in the office. And I just went to the bank, and all of a sudden, they had frozen my $300,000, and I didn't know. And I'm thinking, I'm just going, okay, yeah, okay. But I knew they knew. Because the IRS takes years before they actually put a lien on your shit.
Right.
They send you notices of it. And this is exactly what it is, people. Some of you listeners know what I'm talking about. You get a letter every month from the IRS, and the heading on the letter is Notice of Intent to Lien. And you get it every month for like a year and a half, 2 years, and then you go to your bank, and the banker says your shit's been frozen, and you're surprised.
You're like, oh my God.
So you do. There is some kind of notification. It's not just like all of a sudden one day.
If I got a letter that says Notice of Lien, I'm taking all my money out of the fucking bank.
Why would you keep your money in the bank if somebody?
It's going right in my mattress or my safe.
I kind of understand that if, like, Joe Schmo collection agency sent you that and you don't run to your bank and take your money out.
Not the IRS.
But the IRS. Did you know the IRS is the only body that can actually seize your assets without getting a court order?
Yep. Right.
So they're the only people that can say, you owe me $10 and go right to the bank and take your money.
But take the 10
no
out.
Permission needed.
Everybody else has to get a judge's ruling. So when you owe whatever check cashing place, right?
Right.
Well, first off,
Money Tree or some shit.
The only reason Money Tree or whatever will sue you is because they know where you work and they're going to garnish your wages. But if you had money in the bank and you knew you owed someone and they served you with a lawsuit, well, first off, you can fight the lawsuit all you want and get to that point where you know you're going to lose and then go to the bank and move your money.
Yeah, well, I would think.
Can't do that with the IRS, though.
Nope.
Can't do that. If you owe the IRS money, it's just a crapshoot as to when they're just going to take it. But they do give the notice. And then, of course, there's cases I'm sure that you didn't get it.
But that's the question, though. If they do give you the notice, can't you, like you said, run to the bank and go, oh, fuck,
oh, yeah,
pull everything out?
If you get the notice, you pull it all out. Why wouldn't you? I would.
Well,
I mean,
fuck yeah.
Especially, they're behind. The IRS is so behind. The IRS is just like the credit bureaus. The only difference is the credit bureaus, again, bureau does not mean government.
No.
They use that to make you think they're like a government entity, but they're not.
Right.
And it's not against the law.
That way.
Exactly. And so the thing here is that they're not helping you any. And just like the 3 credit bureaus, there's not that. Do you think the IRS has millions of people working for them?
Like 20.
No, they don't. And did you know, here's another tidbit that people don't know. Do you know that the IRS has an armory? Did you know that the IRS has an armory? They're actually federal agents. The IRS agents are agents with the license to carry weapons. They have an armory with M16s and M4s at different offices.
Wow.
Damn.
Probably because they're so hated.
Yeah, right. I had a client that pulled a gun on an IRS agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He went to jail. We got him out, but he went to jail. But no, so people don't understand that. So we don't really realize what these agencies can do. Right. But one of the things is, don't be frightened of the 3 credit bureaus, the gruesome threesome. Don't be frightened of them. They're just a business. They're just like Sprint.
Right.
They're just Sprint.
Coming after you saying you owe some money.
They're not. No, the credit bureaus don't even come after you. Remember, the credit bureaus don't come after you.
They send somebody to do it. Yeah.
Imagine, what kind of gig is this? Isn't this great? I built a website, and I do nothing. All I do is charge people to put bad stuff on it.
Right.
And then when they want to put some good stuff on it, I charge them again.
Right.
So what do you think they're probably doing? Putting more good stuff or more bad stuff on there?
Probably
more bad
stuff, I
right?
would think.
Probably more bad stuff. And then wait. Here's here's another gig I got going. So now you want to go get a car? Oh yeah, you can get a car. Oh yeah, but before anybody's gonna give you a car, they're gonna call me up and ask me if they should get if I should
give them a loan.
So Miller, I'm the credit bureau, right? Now I just sit in my office all day waiting for calls for people to go, hey Miller, I've got Nakia here and she's trying to get a car. Should I give it to her? Nope.
Right.
Oh, by the way, give me my $30 because it costs $30 for me to tell you nope.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is great information, man. And again, give out the website because obviously people need to know this shit.
You got it. www. Why do I keep saying www? Doesn't we already know by now that it's
people are fucking
it's fun
morons.
to say.
Right? Yeah.
www.
I
like it.
Because people are morons sometimes.
Because I'm one of them because I keep saying www. See, there I go again.
Cool.
Local business services.us, and that's on purpose. Local business services plural. .us. And this is not just for businesses. Don't let that throw you. It's for individuals. It's not like you have to have a company with bad credit or something.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of using them.
This is for individuals. And again, we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. And what we do is we actually give you your own site so that you can go to that site. And when you sign up with our offices, you are then given a link to a site, and you go on that site, and you then see all that shit that's on your credit report. The first thing you see is disputed, and then you go on there again, and then you see, oh my God, deleted.
Oh wow!
And then you go on there, and you're like, oh my goodness, it was all deleted.
So this way you have, like you said, people have to supply the proof.
Yeah.
You guys supply the proof to us as the consumer that uses you that, hey, I cleared this from your record.
Exactly. Well, so we actually show you. You actually see that it's been deleted and that it's in dispute, or and you don't. And like I said, everybody says, oh, they're never going to return my calls.
You get to see it yourself.
You don't even have to call me. You call me.
Log into your site.
You call me one time. You call me one time, and from that point on, if you don't ever want to call me again, you don't have to call me again because you can go and check yourself, and you're not going to get charged to check that. But there's no upsell. I bet some of you out there are going, "Oh yeah, and wow, they're going to charge me for the website because I know, how Credit Karma works and all this.
Yeah.
You charge that one fee, so they make their money. It's only $4.99, but then they say if you want to look at the credit report online, it's going to cost.
Yeah.
No, that's included in that. We spent a lot of money building this up, and we did it in such a way that I don't think I've ever been as proud of any of our services as I am of this.
And you guys do seminars, don't you?
We do overviews actually on how to help. How we help. If you're in the Las Vegas area, we do them. We've got them all over actually.
Yeah, well,
I don't know where they all are. But you can check, and I can find out, and I can say, here's the local
for the Vegas
one,
sites, man. For the Vegas people, what if they want to come check these out?
If they want to come check these out, they can give me a call. I'll let them know. I know that I believe the next one is on the 6th of January. We're kind of like in holiday mode.
Okay.
We didn't stop working, but we stopped the free overviews. We stopped the free overviews. We do them on Tuesdays at 7:15 p.m. Actually at the M&A offices on
6655 West Sahara.
Yes, 6655 West Sahara. Suite B is in boy 200.
Is it 200 or 100?
We're in 200. We're in B200.
Oh, that's where you are. Okay.
Yes, we're in B200, and but they're on Tuesdays at, like I say, 7:15. The B200 office will be downstairs in B100, but you can just give us a call and ask us when they're going on. Hey, 888-449-5841. And I should post it. We don't have them posted on the website because sometimes they change. But you can always give us a call, and we'll tell you when the free overview will be. But you can call right now. I can set you up. We can, start the new year. The new year with some
really
better
try to
credit.
save some money.
Yeah,
and
start the new year off
it.
with. Listen, we had one lady who, after using our services, she said she went back to her insurance company for her auto insurance. And said, "Hey, I want to do another app for me. I'm already covered by you, but do another app." Most people don't know this, but once you get your insurance and they give you that rate, $100 a month or whatever it is.
Right.
When your credit score goes up, you can go right back to your same insurance company and say, "Hey, now put me in again and see what I can get.
Right.
And then they say, oh, now you qualify. Now your rate went down. And they'll tell you all kinds of crazy stuff about why. Like, well, your rate went down because you haven't had any accidents.
Right.
No, that's not it. Your rate went down because M&A Legal, we got your credit score up. They ran your credit, and they realized you were no longer at 500. You're now at 650 or 700, and now they give you a score, give you a rate at like $50 a month or something.
Right.
We had one lady go back, and she saved like $2,000. She had really bad credit, and she saved that much a year.
Wow.
It was like a lot.
So it's local business services, plural, .us.
.us, and just click on services.
www.
Yeah,
www.
Just click on services, and when you get to the website there, and you'll see the service there, and it's got some tips on additional steps to take to maximize your credit file during and after the restoration. And I'll just run over it like, well, pay your bills on time, right? Like you want me to do all this work for only $4.99, and then you're gonna just say, well, I know Miller, so I'm not gonna pay my bills anymore. He's just gonna get it thrown off.
Right.
Come on, help me out a little bit. Otherwise, I gotta charge you $7,000. But no,
first time it's $4.99.
Yeah, but pay your bills on time. But sometimes things happen, okay? Pay down some debt. If you've got a credit card limit of $500, don't carry a $450
Well, some debts
debt
are
on there.
kind of bullshitty, like medical, like if your insurance won't cover something.
Oh, yes.
So the hospital says, all right, spread your butt cheeks. We're going to fucking charge you,
I got a lady that called me. I was driving on the freeway on my way downtown on Wednesday. My phone rings. She's like, I'm behind this. I might as well say I let the public know anyway. I'm behind this Land Rover, and I'm reading the license plate, and it says, I'll sue for you, too. And, I was just wondering, and it says nothing about credit restoration, though. It just said that. And she's like, she got some other issues. So she wants to sue this big medical hospital, really known hospital, because she has a $17,000 debt. Now, get this. How did she get the debt? Well, 2010, her husband got laid off, and when you lose your job, you got like 3 more months to use the medical coverage
use the insurance.
and all that. Yep. So she goes. She's like, they're like, okay, we don't know when we're gonna get another job. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go get whatever we need, right? So she went and got approved through the insurance company to have this surgery. So she had the surgery. She gets a bill for $17,000. She had the surgery 2 days after the insurance lapsed. Right? So she's like, I need you to sue them because I believe, and she's right. They approved it.
So they slapped her.
So they
those
said,
sons of bitches.
They said, but you had the surgery 2 days after your insurance lapsed.
You motherfuckers approved it.
Yeah, but you fuckers approved it. You approved it. You knew, and then you purposely scheduled my surgery date
after the coverage.
And I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but the fact of the matter is,
I'm pretty sure it was.
They approved it, right?
Right.
So now she's got a $17,000 medical bill on her credit report from 2010. So why did she call me? Had nothing to do with credit. She called me because she wanted to find somebody that would sue the company and make them fix the problem, right? So here's what I tell her. I said, you know what? That's going to cost a lot. She's like, I don't have that much money. Can you do it? Can you guys do it on contingency? Can you find somebody that can do it on contingency, right? Nobody does contingency unless it's a personal injury case, right?
Right, yeah.
So I said, look, it's like $7,000 up front, $450 an hour or whatever. I said, but how about this? Let's backdoor this motherfucker, right? And she says, what do you mean? I says, well, do you even, you don't owe that debt, right? She says, yeah, I know. I says, do you care that you owe that debt? She says, I don't give a fuck. My credit's all fucked up. I said, great. Not great that your credit's fucked up. But I said, here's a way we're going to fix the problem. Fuck them, and they can have that debt on their books all they want. What are we going to do? And I told them about our new service. And she goes, but I said, it's $4.99. She says, but you said it was only $4.50 an hour. I says, I know. That's if we're, but this is a different thing.
That's per hour. This is a flat fee.
This is a flat fee. She says, wait a minute. You mean to tell me, well, what are you going to do? I says, well, first off, what's the first error? The first error is that they approved the debt. They approved the surgery. Right? What? Deleted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. $4.99. She's been stressing since 2010 over this $17,000 debt. And by the way, folks, those 3 bills, they'll cause you to have to go to the hospital because a lot of people get stressed over the fact that they got a bad credit
anxiety.
score. Anxiety, worries. $4.99 is worth you not worrying about a $17,000 debt on your credit report looming over your head,
Right.
or $40,000,
Right.
or else an old school loan or anything.
It's not. So they got the website and they can call too. You want to give them that real quick before we
888
go?
nationwide, 888-449-5841. We'll get Jonathan, the senior guy, one of the senior guys helping out, Nguyen, and we'll get Victor helping out. We'll get Lynn. We'll put a whole team on this, and you guys will be satisfied. And
localbusinessservices.us.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
the website.
This has been awesome, man.
Yeah. Very, very enlightening. Anyway, bitches, I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm AK.
I'm Ocelot.
And this is Manhattan Miller.
And that's the story there, bitches. See ya.
If you're a fan of hip-hop and R&B, join me, the Bruh Ring, for a full non-stop hour of back-to-back slappers. Back-to-back slappers. Where the playlist spans from genres like R&B, soul. Hip-hop bangers like.
Sitting on 25 mil, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mac Dre. I'ma